YouTube, and welcome to another Movie Zone review here with me, the host, the Dr. Movies, here to talk about something that just kind of blew up on Facebook and all social media that everybody's been just talking about it, from real movie sources who talk about these kind of things. I figure, why not have a little fun and talk about it? It's basically a new rumor about Marvel and Fox making a deal that Fantastic Four is going back to Marvel. Now, if you all don't know what's going on, Marvel doesn't have the rights to the Fantastic Four or the X-Men back before they were Disney. There was a problem. They were losing money, so they separate some of their comic books properties to other studios. Fox, 20th Century Fox, has the Fantastic Four rights, movies and all that other stuff, and of course the X-Men. And they made movies, and the Fantastic Four movies, 3 strikes and they're out, apparently. I saw the last one that just came out this year, and it wasn't as a piece of crap as everybody is saying that it is. It was bad, but it wasn't as, oh my god, this movie's garbage. You know, it had its moments where it could have been fun, and it had its moments where it could have been improved a lot. So now there's this rumor going around that came out, I think this morning, maybe last night, that, Fantastic Four has decided that they want to give up the rights to the Fantastic Four to give it back to Disney and Marvel. Exchange to get back something that they really want to get. Apparently, they don't own the rights to the X-Men and TV, for TV. Apparently, in the contract that they signed, that Fox has the movie rights, but they don't have the TV rights. So I'm guessing that the X-Men movies, they can make movies, but they can't make TV. But I think Fox decides that they want to take a crack at it, and it's not a bad idea. It's a good trade, right? I guess. Because honestly, once Marvel ends up going to the Infinity War Part 2, where do you go from there? Because they're going to be fighting Thanos in the next couple of years, with the Infinity Gauntlet and all the stones, and where do you go from there? Maybe they get the Fantastic Four. That includes all the Fantastic Fours, every character, all the villains, Doctor Doom. Maybe Doctor Doom pops up. Maybe he'll be the next big bad. You can go higher than him, you can go Silver Surfer. Higher than him, Galactus. There you go. Galactus will be the next suitable villain for the Avengers to take on. Because honestly, and if you look in Marvel Comics, Marvel Comics, there's a lot of villains, but Galactus is the villain, they can't use Apocalypse because he's with the X-Men, and the X-Men belongs to Fox. And I don't think they're going to give them up without a fight, you know what I mean? So, let me talk about why I think this should happen. I think this is my opinion. First of all, this isn't true. I think they just, a couple hours ago on Facebook or Twitter, I think it was, they just confirmed this is not true. But let's say for fun, is what's true. And Fantastic Four is going tomorrow. I would say, in a personal matter, my personal opinion, that's awesome. Couple of reasons. One, it changed up the teams a little bit, you know what I mean? You get new characters. Yes, we have all the Marvel characters already. Why do we need 4 more? Well, let's put it this way. Fantastic Four could beat the Avengers. Most of them. Yeah, I said that. Yep, it's pretty much true. They have powers. Most of the Avengers don't have powers except Thor and Hulk and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They're the only ones who have the powers. Black Widow will get her ass kicked. There's no contest on that one. Hawkeye can't do anything, and Iron Man is just a guy in a suit, so. They have the Thing. They got the Human Torch. Sue Storm. Mr. Fantastic, who is basically, in all comics, he's the most smartest character of all. In my opinion, anyway. I think he's the smartest out of all the smarties in the Marvel Universe. So, there you go. And, it makes some good storylines, too. You can get, maybe the Hulk goes crazy again and rampage the city. Who do you send? Maybe Iron Man can't get there, so they send the Thing. Now, think about this. The Thing versus the Hulk. Live action, cinematically, I think that would be kind of cool. If you've seen Age of Ultron, You know what I'm talking about. When we saw the Hulkbuster armor versus Hulk. That was a good fight. Now take out the Hulkbuster and you put the Thing there versus the Hulk. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now, who knows if they actually get the rights and they decide, oh, we're going to put a movie right away. We might have to wait a while. Or they might just go to Netflix. Or maybe a TV show. Maybe they pop in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe they get their own TV show on NBC or whatever. Nobody knows. We just got to, hope it does come true. And if it does, I would say it's not going to come true because, I said that about Spider-Man and look what happened now. Like, not that Marvel owns the rights to Spider-Man because they don't. They just borrow the rights. But this is like a story about them getting back the rights, period. Meaning Fox will have nothing to do with the Fantastic Four anymore. So, let's see what happens. A couple of reasons I don't like this idea, and this is, like I said, this is my opinion, is the fact that, I don't know, I think it's just too many characters in the Marvel world right now, and I don't think they need a Fantastic Four. Because, honestly, the Fantastic Four by themselves, they're a pretty good team. They have proven that they can beat big people, whether it be Doctor Doom or, Silver Surfer or even Galactus. So, they really don't need them. And the same thing goes for the Avengers. The Avengers, if they fought Galactus, what are they going to do? They're going to need the adding the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Iron Fist, Doctor Strange, all these characters together. They still are going to need more help to fight Galactus. So, it's like one of those things where it's a win-win situation, And plus, we might have to wait a while for it. I mean, I know Marvel has I believe they have 3 dates set for themselves in 2020, I think. Not 100% sure. But, it makes sense that they could put a Fantastic Four there for 2020. Because they're going to have to think about something. They're going to have to think about what's after Thanos. I mean, they have a lot of characters. I don't know who they have for main villain-wise. I mean, I think Doctor Doom would be kind of cool if they do him right. Because Doctor Doom is one of the coolest villains that the Fantastic Four has. And, comic books and the cartoons, he's fought in the Avengers. He's fought Iron Man. He's fought Captain America at one point. They can say his suit, his metal mask can be vibranium. They can do that. But, let's just see what happens. Because, honestly, who knows? At this point, anything's possible. Because in a world where they're going to be using Spider-Man next year, and Spider-Man's going to be using villains and heroes from the Marvel world in his own movie, it could happen. But I'm just saying, do we really need it to happen? Are we at this point where we really need the Fantastic Four to go to Marvel? Because either A is going to go into the shelf and just stay up there and collect dust, like good little action figures that they might be. Like if you see behind my shelf right there, I have a nice little collection up there. And it might be like that. Or it might just go into the Netflix universe, which I always thought was going to be a bad thing to do to put any superhero, but I've been proven wrong, because Daredevil is an awesome show, and if you've never seen it, I highly recommend seeing it, because Season 2 is coming out next year, and there was already a trailer. I ain't seen a trailer for it. So, that can happen. Or, they put them in the movies, and they end up being awesome. Everybody who said that the Fantastic Four suck will be like, oh my god, the Fantastic Four is awesome now because they with the Marvel characters now. So, and all that are going to be, then those greedy people, and you know who you are if you're out there, they're going to be, oh, now that the Fantastic Four is there, we need to get back the X-Men. And, I think the X-Men might need to have 7 bad movies to be able to think about going back to Marvel. I mean, it's bad enough we're going to lose Hugh Jackman in the role of Wolverine, and we're going to have to recast him to be a new Wolverine, but X-Men is not in a bad situation where Fantastic Four is right now. They got Deadpool. They don't have to worry about that anytime soon. So leave the X-Men alone. If it ends up working out for Fantastic Four in Marvel, that's great. But honestly, I don't want the X-Men there yet. Let's wait a couple of thousand years for this to happen, because Fantastic Four maybe could go and maybe work, but X-Men's good where it is, so I think you leave the X-Men alone. But then again, I kind of want the Fantastic Four to stay with Fox, because then again, they could put the Fantastic Four with the X-Men and get the X-Men guys to really work with the Fantastic Four and maybe mix it together. Because it's proven that they know what they're doing with the X-Men, so maybe they could take those guys who know what they're doing with the X-Men and take the Fantastic Four stuff and sprinkle it on top of the X-Men stuff and mix it all together and in a blender and see what happens. Because if it ends up being good, it's great. Then you can have the X-Men battle the Fantastic Four. Wolverine versus the Thing. Or Magneto versus Doctor Doom. That would be kind of cool to see. It's all those kind of things. Storm versus Mrs. Invisible. Human Torch versus Sunspot. It's all that kind of ideas that could happen, but we have no idea what's going to happen. Like I said, this is a rumor still. I've yet to see or read in Facebook or Twitter or whatever that this is true or not true, so it could happen. So don't be in shock. Don't get mad if this actually happens and say that the Fantastic Four is going back to over there, and then start panicking because then the X-Men is going to eventually go over there. Remember, I don't think they're going to get rid of X-Men anytime soon after what they're making money over there. Now, I think they're trying to get the rights to do TV, because Marvel, Disney can't make a live-action TV show of the X-Men, and neither can Fox. Unless there's a trade-in, maybe, Fantastic Four for the TV rights. Who knows? The only thing Disney can do, legally, is X-Men, Fantastic Four, cartoons. That's all they can do. Because they have the rights to all the characters, period, no matter who it is, in cartoons. If you've seen the Spider-Man animated series right now on TV, on Disney XD, Spider-Man's teaming up with the Avengers and the Guardians. So that can happen. That would be cool, but live action stuff, separate. So, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good idea? Should Fantastic Four go to Disney, hang out at Disneyland, and just ride around the Marvel Universe? Or should they stay with Fox and let Fox crack it one more time and see if they can get it right this time? Because you know what? What happens, it's like in baseball, If your team sucks and they go to the playoffs or the World Series, you keep trying until you get that right. And then one day, they might make it to the playoffs, which means making money, and then eventually cracking that $1 billion mark, making billions of dollars, and then making more sequels, and then yet winning a world championship. If they can do that, maybe one day we'll get an X-Men Fantastic Four crossover. Same universe, who knows? Do you want them to keep trying, or should they just give it up, throw it to the curb, and hey, listen, hey Marvel, can you guys give us the TV rights so we can do X-Men on TV? They'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem. Just give us back the Fantastic Four. Okay. So let me know what you guys think. Personally, my personal belief, if I had to make one decision right now, I send them, you know what? I take it back. I let them stay with Fox. Let Fox crack it one more time. Give them one more try. And if the next time it doesn't happen, either if they're going to be booted again, or the sequel comes out and it sucks, worse than the first one, then wave that white flag and give it back to Marvel and Disney. Because honestly, if you fail the fourth time, you already failed 3 times. You fail a 4th time, it's done. There is no more Fantastic Four. You're either going to throw into the back burner, where it's never going to see the light of day again, like Ghost Rider and Daredevil. At least Daredevil is getting its life back in, TV, Netflix. So at least that, right? So either let them try it again, either a sequel with this cast and this universe style, or reboot it completely, new casting, new directors, new everybody. And another thing, I think Fox needs to learn to let the director, producer, whoever's in charge of the Fantastic Four movie, let them do the movie, not get involved. Because that's one thing they get right with the X-Men. They don't get involved with the X-Men stuff. Because I don't think Bryan Singer would be hanging around there if, Fox came down and said, oh, I want you to fix this, fix that, fix that. He'd be like, whoa, back up, man. Give me some breathing room. Would you? I don't think he would let that happen. He'll be getting out of there right now. He'll probably making Superman Returns 2 than doing another X-Men movie with those guys, because they're going to keep bullying him about, oh, make this, do that, take that out of the movie, put this, put that, and make a bad movie. Then nobody wins. We're not happy. The studio gets mad that they don't make the money because they put the money to make a movie, and then it doesn't make money. So I think what they got to do is let Fantastic Four reboot 2, whatever it's going to be, let them do it right. Let them do what they got to do. Get the people who know what they're going to do about Fantastic Four. Try to revive it properly. And let's see what happens. If you have to get help, so maybe they can do a similar deal what they do with Sony. Sony's doing, hey, listen, you guys know what you guys do. Let's work together to make Spider-Man better. So that way he can work in the Marvel Universe and his own universe. I know they can do that. They can do that. You know what I mean? They don't have to introduce the X-Men. Leave the X-Men alone. They got the Inhumans. They can do that. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about the Inhumans and rumor about cancellation, that was crap. Don't believe it. It's not true. So, let's see what happens. I'm sorry about this long video. I just really wanted to get my thoughts about this because I really like the Fantastic Four. I think they're cool superhero team, but I just really wish they just get it right, you know? Like everybody else gets the Marvel movies right. X-Men is doing great. Spider-Man, is a little crippled, but he'll get there. And the DC universe is finally starting to get, grow. So let's see what happens with all these superhero movies. So yeah, and we're almost to Star Wars, people. Just letting you know that as a little throwaway, since Disney owns Star Wars too. Just wanted to say that because I can't wait. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Marvel should get Fantastic Four back? Or do you think Fox should just keep it and try again? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for more. The doctor's in and out. Always in to help you guys with any problem you have or any questions about any movie. I'm here to help you. So, signing off. Thank you and goodbye.